The first shot rips through the morning, and then the world holds its breath. A soldier crashes through the corn, heart pounding so hard it drowns out everything else. The stalks scrape against his face, his uniform, as if trying to pull him back. The farm stands ahead, but it no longer feels like a place where people lived. The house is torn apart, windows hollow, walls scarred, smoke still rising like something refuses to die. No voices, no movement, just a kind of silence that follows violence. He slows down, not from fear, but from recognition. This was home. Every step forward feels heavier, like the ground itself is resisting him, like it knows what he's about to see. Another soldier steps beside him. Brothers, same blood, same past. Their eyes lock for a brief second. No words, no hesitation. Near the doorway, something lies in the dirt, still and wrong, and in that moment, they both understand. This wasn't war. This was something taken from them. Before this moment, the farm was never silence, it was life. Fields stretching, under open skies, the sound of tools in soil, voices drifting between wooden walls that held generations together. A place far from the front lines and touched by the war until it wasn't. If you're watching this, take a second to subscribe, like the video, and comment what you would do if everything you called home was taken in a single night. Because what happened here didn't start with soldiers, it started with control, fear, and the slow collapse of safety in a place that thought it was forgotten by war. When the attack came, it didn't arrive like a battle. It arrived like a purge. Men moved through the fields, breaking what they couldn't take, burning what they couldn't carry, forcing families out under threat and fire. And in the chaos, a mother was left behind, and she didn't leave standing. April 1944, the letter arrives without warning. No ceremony, no delay, just a folded piece of paper passed through trembling hands, under the dim light of a military shelter far from home. The kind of paper that feels heavier than it should, before a single word is even read. One brother opens it first. He doesn't speak. He doesn't need to. His eyes move across the lines, but the meaning hits him long before he reaches the end. Something inside him locks into place, like the body reacting before the mind is ready to accept it. The second brother watches closely. He doesn't ask questions. He already knows something has broken through the distance between here and home. That silence between them becomes louder than any command, any order, any distant gunfire outside the shelter walls. When the truth settles, it doesn't spark discussion, it ends it. Their breathing changes. Hands tighten round worn gear. The farm appears in their minds without needing to be named at first. Fields, wood, dust, and a house that was never meant to become part of a war. Their mother is mentioned only once, but it is enough. The place they left behind stops being memory and becomes something urgent, something stolen. There is no space for hesitation, no room for formal procedure or waiting on permission that will never come in time. They move as if the decision was never a choice. A small group is gathered quickly, soldiers who understand enough not to ask questions. No speeches are given, no detailed plan is drawn, only the direction matters now. Weapons are checked in silence, ammunition is confirmed, then confirmed again. As if repetition can hold reality steady, the weight of what they are about to do settles over them, quiet but absolute. By the time they step out, the brothers don't look back. Whatever is waiting at that farm is no longer distant. It is already pulling them home. The engine hums through the empty road, but inside the vehicle there is no comfort in motion. The closer they get, the heavier the air becomes, as if the distance to the farm is shrinking faster than they are prepared for. No one looks relaxed. No one looks away for long. A rough map is spread across the laps of the brothers, held down by gloved hands that refuse to let it shake loose. It is not a detailed operation plan, there is no time for that. Only fragments of terrain remembered from years ago, now turned into something uncertain and dangerous. One of them traces a line through the outer fields with a finger, suggesting a silent approach through the crops. Another counters immediately, pointing out that open ground could expose them before they even reach cover. Every idea is formed quickly, then immediately tested against the fear of what might still be inside. The conversation is short, sharp, and constantly interrupted by pauses. They are not building a perfect plan. They are building the only plan they can afford. Every word carries the weight of urgency, because delay is no longer an option to control. Between them, there is an unspoken agreement forming. They cannot treat this like a standard engagement. The farm is not just a location, it is a place that might still contain civilians, maybe even their mother. That possibility forces every decision to stay restrained, controlled, careful. The vehicle hits a rough patch in the road, and the map shifts slightly before being pulled back into place. No one reacts, but the moment reinforces the truth: nothing about this is stable, not even their approach. Everything depends on what they find when they arrive. By the time the outline of the farm begins to emerge in the distance, the plan is still incomplete, but it is enough to move, and in this kind of situation, that is all they have. The farm appears ahead, still and broken, as if it has been waiting to be judged. The vehicle stops at a distance where silence becomes louder than the engine ever was. No one speaks. They already know this is the point of no return. The brothers step out first, scanning the terrain through the mist. The crops are taller than memory, shifting in the wind like something hiding movement beneath them. The main house stands damaged. In the distance, windows dark, doors open, and no sign of who is inside. They move forward without hesitation, but carefully. Every step is controlled, every sound measured. There are no grenades, no heavy fire, no blind aggression. The fear of civilians still inside forces discipline into every action, turning violence into something precise and restrained. The first shots come suddenly from inside the farm structures. The response is immediate. Cover is taken behind broken fences and abandoned equipment. The sound of gunfire spreads across the fields, bouncing between wood and stone, turning the entire farm into a closed arena. One of the brothers pushes forward along the edge of the crops, trying to flank the position. A burst of fire catches him mid-movement. He drops instantly into the dirt, pain spreading through his leg as the reality of injury sets in without warning. He doesn't fall back. Instead, he drags himself into partial cover, refusing to become an easy target. The other brother sees it, but there is no pause long enough to break formation. Survival and mission merge into the same objective: reach the center of the farm and end what is still inside it. The fight tightens as they advance, every structure becoming both obstacle and protection. Nothing is clean, nothing is controlled, only movement, pressure, and the constant risk that someone still trapped inside might be caught in the crossfire they are trying so hard to avoid. The battle reaches the inner yard of the farm, where visibility is clearer but the danger is closer. The remaining attackers retreat in desperation, trying to hold what is left of the position using broken walls and abandoned tools as cover. Every movement now is exposed, every decision immediate. The brothers push forward with the rest of the unit, no longer holding back distance. The injured one limps but continues advancing, refusing to slow the momentum. One strict rule holds everyone together: no grenades are used, no explosive firepower is allowed. They don't know where the civilians are, and the thought that their mother or other farmers could still be inside forces them to fight with restraint, even in the middle of chaos. The goal is no longer uncertain. It is to end the intrusion completely and prevent any further harm to the farm, or anyone who might still be inside. Every shot is controlled, every movement measured. Even when adrenaline pushes for faster, heavier force, the farm is treated like a place that still holds life, not just a battlefield. The last resistance collapses under concentrated fire. There is no coordinated defense anymore, only scattered attempts to survive in a space that offers no escape. One by one, the attackers fall as the defensive line closes in, clearing each section of the property with controlled precision. Inside one of the damaged structures near the back of the farm, they finally find her. Their mother is alive, but weak, held in the aftermath of violence that reached every corner of the house. She is pulled free carefully, carried out of the shadowed interior as the brothers hesitate for the first time since the fight began. The mission and emotion collide in a single moment neither of them can speak through. For a brief moment, everything else disappears. The noise of the battlefield fades into distance, replaced only by breathing in the realization that she is still alive. The brothers exchange a glance that says more than words ever could. What they fought for was not just a farm, but the last thread of their family holding together under fire. The remaining attackers are eliminated in the final push near the barn and outer yard. The farm, once overrun and destroyed, falls silent again, this time under control of the soldiers who return for it. The chaos ends where it started, inside the same fields that were taken from them. Smoke settles over the ground as weapons lower. The injured brother is pulled back to safety, breathing heavily but conscious, while their mother is finally with them again. There is no celebration, only exhaustion and disbelief at how close everything came to being lost forever. The farm is theirs again, but nothing about it feels untouched. Every structure carries the memory of what happened there, and the silence that follows is heavier than the gunfire that broke it. The brothers stand near the edge of the property, watching as medics tend to the injured. Their mother is safe now, but exhaustion has replaced everything else. There are no words that fit the moment, only the understanding that some things cannot be undone, even when you win them back. Before the video ends, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment what you would do if everything you called home was taken in a single night. Every opinion matters in stories like this.